She froze when she realized what the Lycan King wanted that night. Because this time, she wasn't being punished. She was being claimed. She thought she was going to die that night. Instead, the Lycan King chose her. The Lycan King stood outside her tent, waiting, and she knew exactly what he wanted. She had survived death. But she could not survive this. The Lycan King wanted her. He didn't come to kill her. He came to claim her. And she froze. Chapter 1. The Girl They Left to Die. They did not look at her when they tied the rope. That was what stayed with her. Not the bark digging into her skin, not the tight pull cutting into her wrists, not the cold wind brushing past her like she was already gone. It was how easy it was for them. 3 warriors, men she had served for years. They worked fast, quiet, focused, like this was normal. The Lycans will be here soon, one of them said. If they take her, they might spare the rest of us. No one argued. No one even looked at her. Lya lowered her head. Omega. That was enough explanation. I understand, she whispered. But they were already walking away. They did not turn back. They did not care. And just like that, she was alone, tied to a dead tree at the edge of the border, waiting to die. Her arms stretched above her head. Her shoulders ached. Her wrists bled slowly as the rope dug deeper into her skin. She shifted her weight. Pain shot through her ribs. Old pain. Familiar pain. Nothing new. She had lived through worse. She had survived Alpha Carl, the whip, the hunger, the silence, the way her wolf had been forced into nothing. Joy. Faint now, almost gone. I'm still here, Lya whispered under her breath. No answer came back. Joy did not respond. Time passed slowly, too slowly. The forest grew quiet, unnaturally quiet. Then the ground began to shake. At first it was soft, then stronger, steady, rhythmic. War drums. Lya's breath caught. They're here. The Lycan army. The strongest force in the wolf world. And she was tied to a tree. Left as an offering. A low sound broke through the drums. A growl. Lya blinked. At the edge of the clearing stood the stray dog. Thin, scarred. One eye clouded. A creature no one wanted. A creature she had fed in secret. You, she whispered weakly. Go, run. The dog did not move. The ground shook harder. The drums grew louder. Still it stayed. Then it stepped forward. Slow, focused, and bit into the rope. Lya stared. No. The rope held. The dog bit again. Harder. Its gums split. Blood coated its teeth. And it did not stop. Again. 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 Its body trembled with effort, but it refused to give up. Snap. The rope broke. Lya dropped hard to her knees. Pain shot through her arms. Her breath hitched. Air barely filled her lungs. You stupid dog, she whispered. But there was no time. The Lycans arrived. They tore through the clearing like a storm. Huge bodies, armor, claws, power. One hit her from the side, hard. A sharp crack echoed through her body. Her ribs shattered. She hit the ground. Everything spun. She tried to breathe. Nothing worked. Her chest burned. Her lungs refused to fill. Blood filled her mouth. Shadows surrounded her. Massive, towering. Lycan warriors formed a circle around her. Watching. Cold. Detached. Killer, one of them said. A blade lifted. The dog stepped in front of her. Growling, shaking, but standing. Defiant. Stand down. The voice cut through everything. The air changed. Heavy. Commanding. Absolute. The warriors stepped back immediately. No hesitation. The circle opened, and he walked forward. Lya forced her eyes open, and saw him. The Lycan King. Hector. He moved slowly. Like nothing in the world could rush him. Power followed him, pressed against everything. His presence alone made it hard to breathe. His scent reached her. Earth, iron, something deep, something dangerous. Inside her, something broke open. Joy stirred, for the first time in years. A sharp cry. Mate. Laya's breath caught. No. Not him. Not someone like him. Hector stopped in front of her. His gaze moved over her broken body, then shifted to the dog, still standing over her, still refusing to move. He crouched slightly, studying. You fed him, he said. Not a question. A fact. Laya tried to speak. Nothing came out. Hector stood again. Decision made. She lives. The words landed hard. The warriors went still. No one argued. No one questioned him. But she belongs to the beast that saved her? His voice dropped. And the master who owns it? Laya's vision blurred. Darkness closed in. Her body gave up. But just before everything went black, she felt it. His gaze. Not pity. Not disgust. Something else. Something she had never felt before. Recognition. And for the first time in her life, someone had seen her. Chapter 2. The King Who Watched. Pain woke her. Sharp, deep, unforgiving. Laya opened her eyes slowly. The world blurred, then settled. A low tent ceiling. Rough fabric. The smell of herbs thick in the air. She tried to move. A mistake. Pain exploded through her ribs. A broken sound escaped her throat. Don't move. The voice was calm. Firm. Laya turned her head slightly. A woman stood beside her. Lean, focused, eyes that missed nothing. Your ribs are shattered, the woman said. I set them. Move wrong and you drown in your own blood. Laya stilled immediately. Her breathing turned shallow. Careful. Measured. Alive. The dog lay beside her. Its head rested near her hip. Watching. Guarding. When her fingers twitched, it lifted its head and licked her hand once. You stayed, she whispered. Its tail tapped the ground. Slow. Certain. The healer placed a bowl beside her. Drink. Laya hesitated. The smell reached her. Warm. Rich. Food. Real food. She took it with shaking hands. The first sip burned. The second soothed. By the third, she could not stop. It was the best thing she had tasted in years. The alpha wants you alive, the healer said. So you stay alive? Laya lowered the bowl. Her voice came out dry. Why? The healer did not answer immediately, because it did not matter. Drink, she repeated, then stood and left. Laya lay back slowly. Her chest rose, fell. Pain stayed, but something else sat beneath it now. Confusion. 3 days passed. She learned silence again. But this silence was different. No chains, no orders, no blows, just watching, healing, waiting. The dog never left her side. Not once. It slept when she slept, ate when she ate, growled at anyone who came too close, except the healer. Everyone else kept their distance. She named him Bones, because she could see every one of his. On the third day, the air changed. Before the tent opened, before footsteps sounded. She felt it. Her body went still. Bones lifted his head, low growl building in his throat. Then the tent flap opened, and he stepped inside. The Lycan King, Hector. The space felt smaller instantly, like the tent could not hold him. Bones stood, hackles raised, but he did not attack. He did not move forward. He stayed where he was, torn between instinct and something deeper. Hector looked at the dog first, then at her. You are healing, he said. Not a question. Laya swallowed. Yes. Alpha. Her voice sounded small. She hated that. Hector stepped closer, slow, controlled. He crouched slightly again, watching her like he was reading something written beneath her skin. Your pack left you to die. The words landed flat. True. Lya looked away. Yes. And this animal chose you. She glanced at Bones. He stood firm, still watching Hector. He's just a dog, she said quietly. He doesn't know better. Something shifted in Hector's face, small, sharp. Loyalty like that is not ignorance, he said. It is rare. He stood. The air shifted again with him. You will remain here, he continued. You will not be assigned to anyone. Lya's eyes flicked up, surprised. When you recover, you will work. A pause. The dog stays with you? Bones's tail moved once. If anyone touches either of you, Hector's gaze hardened. They answer to me. Silence filled the tent, heavy, unavoidable. He turned to leave. Alpha. The word slipped out before she could stop it. He paused, did not turn. Why? She asked. One word, but it held everything. Hector stood still for a moment. Then, because I have seen warriors beg for their lives, he said, and I have never seen a stray stand against an army. He stepped out. Gone. Just like that, the tent felt empty without him. Too quiet. Bones relaxed slowly, pressed against her side again. Lya stared at the ceiling, her chest tight, not from pain. Something else. Something unfamiliar. That night she could not sleep. The camp outside moved in low sounds. Voices. Footsteps. Distant metal. Life continued, but inside the tent, she lay awake, thinking. About the tree, the ropes, the way they left her. So easily. Not because they hated her, because she was nothing. That truth sat heavy in her chest. She turned her face into Bones's fur. Breathed him in. You didn't leave, she whispered. His tail tapped once. Then, footsteps. Outside the tent. Heavy, slow, deliberate. Not a patrol, not random, purposeful. Bones lifted his head. Low growl started again. Lya placed her hand on him. Quiet. The steps stopped. Right outside, her breath caught. Silence stretched. Long, heavy. Then, the scent reached her. Earth, iron, him, the Lycan King, standing just outside, not entering, not speaking, just there, watching, waiting. Her heart began to race. Her body went still. Fear wrapped around her again. But it was different now. Deeper, more dangerous. Inside her, joy stirred. Stronger this time, clear, certain. Mate. Lya's breath hitched. No, she whispered. Her fingers tightened in the blanket. Not again. Not another alpha. Not another bond. She remembered the last one. The rejection. The pain. The breaking. She would not survive it twice. Outside, Hector stood in silence, his jaw tight, his wolf pushing forward. Claim her. Take her. She is yours. He did not move. She is afraid, he said quietly, his fists clenched. Not like this. Not broken. Not forced. After a long moment, he turned and walked away. Inside the tent, Lya stayed frozen, heart racing, breath shallow. Because deep down, she knew, the danger was not death anymore. It was him, and what he wanted, and what she might feel if she let it happen. Chapter 3. The night he did not take her by the end of the first week, Lya could stand. Not for long, not without pain. But she stood. That alone felt like something impossible. Her ribs still ached with every breath. Each step felt like her body was learning how to exist again. But she moved anyway. Slow, careful, alive. Bones stayed pressed against her leg as she stepped out of the tent for the first time. The camp stretched wide before her, rows of tents, training grounds carved into the earth, warriors moving with purpose. Everything felt larger here, stronger, more controlled. And she felt smaller inside it, invisible again. Good. Invisible meant safe. She was given simple work: carry wood, fetch water, clean tools, work she understood, work that kept her useful. Useful things were not discarded. She held on to that. Each task hurt. Her ribs protested. Her body screamed. But she did not stop. She could not afford to stop. Bones followed her everywhere. A shadow. A guard. Anyone who came too close got a low warning growl. Most listened. Some did not. They learned quickly. 3 days into her work, she saw a familiar face. Marietta, the former Beta's daughter, the girl who once stood above her, now standing across the camp, watching her. That look had not changed. Cold. Sharp. Hungry for control. Lya. Her name sounded wrong in her mouth, like it didn't belong to her anymore. Lya lowered her gaze out of habit. Old habits stayed. "They say the Alpha saved you," Marietta said, stepping closer. No answer. "They say he spoke to you." Still silence. Bones growled. Low. Warning. Marietta glanced at the dog with open disgust. "That thing should be put down." Lya's fingers tightened around the wood she carried. "Please leave us alone," she said quietly. The words slipped out before she could stop them. Silence followed. Marietta blinked. Then her expression darkened. "You dare speak to me like that?" A step closer. Bones's growl deepened. Lya's heart pounded, but she did not step back. Something had shifted inside her. Small, but real. "I said leave," Lya repeated. Then, "The Omega is under the Alpha's protection." A new voice cut in. Marietta froze. A warrior stood behind her. Tall, lean, scarred hands. Eyes sharp and calm, watching, waiting. "You heard him," the warrior said. "Walk away." No anger, no threat, just certainty. Marietta hesitated, then turned, walked away, but the look she gave Lya before leaving promised something. This was not over. The warrior glanced at Lya briefly, then left. No words, no softness, just duty. Lya stood there for a long moment, her hands shaking, her chest tight. Not from pain, from something else. Protection. It felt strange, unfamiliar, dangerous in its own way. That night, sleep did not come easy. The camp settled into quiet. Fires dimmed, voices faded, but her thoughts stayed loud. She lay on her blanket, Bones curled beside her, warm, steady, safe. She stared at the tent ceiling, thinking about everything. The tree, the dog, the Alpha. The way things had changed so quickly. Too quickly. Her body still hurt. Her past still clung to her. Nothing had truly changed. Except one thing. Him, the Lycan King. She felt him before she heard anything. That same pull. That same weight in the air. Her breath slowed. Her body went still. Bones lifted his head, alert. The footsteps came next. Slow. Measured. He stopped outside again, just like before. Her heart started racing. Louder this time, stronger. She could feel him. So close. Too close. Joy stirred again. Not weak anymore. Clear. Certain. Mate. Lya squeezed her eyes shut. No. Her voice barely existed. Her fingers clenched the blanket. Her chest tightened. Not from pain. From fear. Because this time she understood something. He was not just watching. He was holding back. And that made it worse. Outside, Hector stood in the dark. Still. Silent. His wolf pressed hard inside him. Take her. Claim her. End this. His jaw tightened. His fists clenched. He could. No one would stop him. No one would question him. That was what alphas did. They took. They owned. They decided. But he did not move, because he had seen her eyes. Fear. Not defiance. Not challenge. Fear. And something broken beneath it. He exhaled slowly. Controlled. She is not ready, he said under his breath. His wolf pushed back harder. She is yours. Not like this. The words came firm, final, inside the tent. Lya felt it. That shift, that restraint, and it confused her more than anything, because no alpha had ever stopped before. Not for her. Not ever. The silence stretched. Long. Heavy. Then, his footsteps turned. Faded. Gone. Lya opened her eyes slowly. Her chest rose and fell faster now. Her heart refused to slow down. "He left," she whispered. Bones relaxed beside her, his body settling again. But Lya did not relax, because now she knew something dangerous. The Lycan King wanted her. And he was choosing not to take her. That meant patience. That meant control. That meant this was not over. Not even close. She turned onto her side slowly. Pain followed, but she ignored it. Her thoughts stayed fixed on one thing. If he waited, then one day, he would come back. And next time, he might not walk away. Chapter 4. The Girl Who Fought Back by the Second Week. Lya stopped feeling like she would break with every step. The pain did not leave. It settled. Deep. Constant. Something she could move through. Something she understood. She worked in the herb garden now. Quiet. Hidden behind the medical tent. The air smelled of earth and crushed leaves. It was the only place in the camp that felt calm. Bones lay in the sun beside her as she worked. Watching. Always watching. For moments at a time, she forgot. Forgot the tree. Forgot the ropes. Forgot what she was. Then the world returned. It always did. The camp had changed. More structure. More order. The Lycans were not leaving. They were building. Taking over. Owning everything. And everyone. Lya kept her head down. Did her work. Spoke only when needed. But people looked at her now. Not through her. At her. That was new. That was dangerous. She felt it in every glance. Every whisper that stopped when she passed. Every small shift in behavior. The alpha had marked her without touching her. And that made her visible. She hated it. Marietta did not stop. She watched. Waited. Planned. Lya felt it every day, like eyes on her back. Like something moving just out of sight, waiting for the right moment. That moment came fast. Too fast. Bones heard it before she did. A sharp bark. Not warning. Alarm. Lya turned. Too late. Bones had already run. Around the side of the medical tent. "Bones!" she called. No answer. Then, a sound. A sharp cry. Pain. Her heart dropped. She ran. Her ribs protested, her breath broke. But she ran anyway. She rounded the corner. And froze. Bones lay on the ground, his back leg twisted at the wrong angle. Two she-wolves stood over him. One held a wooden staff. Raised. Ready to strike again. Bones tried to move. A broken sound left him. Confused. Hurting. Stop. Lya moved before she thought. She closed the distance fast. Too fast for her body. Too fast for her fear. The staff came down. She caught it. Her hands closed around the wood. Hard. Stronger than they should be. The she-wolf's eyes widened. Lya ripped it from her grip. Just like that. Silence hit the space. Heavy. Sharp. Something had changed. Inside her. She stepped forward. Placed herself between them and Bones. Her chest rose. Fell. Steady. "You hurt my dog." Her voice was low. Calm. Cold. Not the voice of an omega. The she-wolves hesitated. They had expected fear. Submission. Not this. "It's just a mutt," one said quickly. "It bit someone. He is under the alpha's protection." The words landed hard, clear. Final. "And so am I." Silence. The air shifted. The she-wolves stepped back. Not from strength. From what stood behind her. The alpha. Even when he was not there. Marietta stood in the shadows behind them. Watching. Not stepping forward. Never stepping forward. She did not need to. She used others. Always. Lya met her eyes. No fear this time, just something sharp, something awake. Then she turned away, dropped the staff, knelt beside Bones. Careful, gentle. His body trembled. His breath came fast. "I've got you," she whispered. Her hands shook now. Not from fear. From rage. From something new. She lifted him slowly. He whimpered, pressed into her, trusted her. Completely. And that broke something open inside her. Not weakness. Not pain. Something stronger. The healer worked quickly. Bones's leg was broken. Clean. Severe. "He'll live," the healer said. "But he needs rest." Lya nodded, her jaw tight, her chest still burning with that same quiet rage. "Who did it?" the healer asked. "Marietta's people." A pause. The healer's eyes sharpened. "The Alpha needs to know." "No." The word came fast. Certain. The healer looked at her. Unsurprised, Lya held her gaze. "I will handle it." Silence stretched between them. Then the healer nodded once, understanding. "Be careful," she said. Lya said nothing, because careful was not enough anymore. That night she did not hesitate. She did not wait. She did not ask. She walked straight to Marietta's tent, every step steady, every breath controlled. Her heart pounded, but she did not stop. She pulled the flap open, walked in. Marietta looked up, surprised, then annoyed, then cold. "You don't belong here," she said. "You didn't belong near my dog either." Lya stepped forward, closed the space between them. No hesitation, no fear. "I know what you're doing," she said. Marietta's expression hardened. "You think you can take his attention," Lya continued. "You think if I disappear, you get what you want." Silence. Sharp. Heavy. Marietta stood slowly. "You are nothing," she said. "You always were." Lya did not flinch. "Then why are you afraid of me?" That hit. Clear. Direct. Marietta's mask cracked, just for a second, but Lya saw it. That was enough. "I don't want him," Lya said. "I don't want your position. I don't want anything from you." A step closer. "But if you touch my dog again," her voice dropped. Hard. "I won't stay quiet. I won't hide. I will make sure everyone knows." Silence filled the tent, heavy, pressing. Then Lya turned, walked out, did not wait, did not look back. Her legs gave out 3 tents away. She dropped behind supply crates. Her body shook, hard, violent. Her breath came fast. Her hands trembled uncontrollably. She had done it. She had stood up, alone. Joy stirred inside her, stronger than ever. Alive. "There you are," it whispered. Lya let out a shaky breath, half laugh, half disbelief, because for the first time, she felt like something had changed. Not outside, inside. She stood slowly, wiped her face, started walking back. Then, she stopped. The scent hit her first. Earth. Iron. Him. She turned. Hector stood in the shadows, watching, not hidden, just there, like he had been there the whole time. Her breath caught. "You went to her," he said. Not a question. "Yes." "She broke your dog's leg." "I know." Silence. Then, "You did nothing." The words slipped out, sharp, honest. Hector's gaze did not shift. "I was going to," he said. A pause. "Then I saw you walking to her tent." Another step closer, slow, controlled. "I wanted to see what you would do." Lya's chest tightened. "You let me face her alone. I watched you not need me." The words hit deeper than anything else. Not need me. Lya stared at him, her thoughts scattered. He stepped closer again. Not too close, still leaving space. Always leaving space. "You are not what they said you are," he said, his voice lower now, steady. "You are not weak. You are not nothing." Laya shook her head slightly. She could not hold those words. They were too big, too unfamiliar. I was terrified, she whispered. Hector's gaze softened, just a little. Courage needs fear, he said. Without it, it means nothing. Silence stretched between them. Different now. Not heavy, not suffocating. Something else. Something building. And for the first time, Laya was not afraid of him. Not completely. But enough had changed. Enough had shifted. And that was more dangerous than fear. Chapter 5. The night she chose. The night after the gathering, Laya could not sleep. Not because of pain, not because of fear, because everything had changed. Again. She lay on her blanket, staring at the tent ceiling. Her chest rose slowly. Steady. Too steady. That was what felt strange. For years, her body had lived in survival, waiting, bracing, enduring. Now, there was nothing pressing down on her. No command, no threat, no chain. Only one thing remained. The choice. Bones slept beside her, his breathing soft, his body warm, safe. She placed her hand on him, grounded herself, because her thoughts kept returning to the same place. Him, the Lycan King, his voice, his restraint, his patience. No alpha had ever waited for her before. No alpha had ever asked. They took. They claimed. They decided. He didn't, and that unsettled her more than anything. She sat up slowly. Her ribs ached, but she ignored it. She already knew. She would not sleep tonight, not until she faced it, not until she decided. The camp was quiet when she stepped outside. The fires burned low. The guards moved in the distance. The night felt still. But she felt him. Before she saw him. That pull. That presence. Like something inside her already knew where to go. She followed it. Step by step. Until she found him. Hector stood at the edge of the camp, arms at his sides. Looking out into the darkness. Like he had been waiting. Like he always knew she would come. He did not turn immediately. But he spoke. You made your choice. Not a question. A statement. Laya stopped a few steps behind him. Her heart pounded. But she did not step back. I haven't said it yet, she replied. Hector turned slowly. His eyes met hers. Calm. Steady. You came, he said. That's enough. Silence stretched between them, but it was not heavy, not like before. This silence held something else, something real. Laya stepped closer. One step, then another. Until she stood in front of him. Close, closer than ever before. Her chest tightened, her breath uneven, but she did not stop. I was left to die, she said, her voice quiet. But you saw me. Hector said nothing. He let her speak. I was nothing, she continued. And you changed that. A pause. Her throat tightened. I don't understand it. That's fine, he said. You don't have to. She looked at him. Really looked. Not the alpha. Not the king. The man. Waiting. Still waiting. Even now. I'm still afraid, she admitted. Good, Hector said. Her brows pulled slightly. Why? Because it means this matters. The words settled deep, clear, honest. No control, no pressure, just truth. Laya took a slow breath. Her hands trembled slightly, but she did not hide it. Not this time. I don't know how to be what you want, she said. Hector stepped closer, careful, measured. You don't need to be anything, he replied. Just choose. That word again. Choice. It had followed her. From the moment he saw her. From the moment he didn't take her. From the moment he waited. Laya closed her eyes for a second, then opened them. And this time, she did not hesitate. I choose you. The words came quiet, but steady. Real. Everything stilled. The air. The night. her breath. Hector did not move immediately, like he was making sure it was real. Like he would not take even this, unless she gave it fully. Say it again, he said softly. Not command. Need. Lya stepped closer, closing the last space between them. Her heart raced, but she held his gaze. I choose you. That was enough. Hector reached for her. Slow, careful, giving her time to pull back. She didn't. His hand closed around hers, warm, steady, real, not force, not control. Connection. The bond snapped into place, not violent, not overwhelming. Right. Like something that had always been waiting. Joy surged inside her. Strong, alive, whole, mate. Lya gasped softly. Her body trembled. Not from fear, from something deeper. Something she had never felt before. Hector stepped closer, his other hand lifted, paused near her face. Waiting. Always waiting. Lya leaned into it, just slightly. That was all he needed. He touched her, gentle, careful, like she could break. But he knew now. She wouldn't. I won't hurt you, he said, low, certain. I know, she replied, and for the first time, she meant it. Bones barked once behind them, sharp, happy, alive. Lya smiled faintly, a real smile. Small, but real. The girl who had been tied to a tree was gone. The girl who waited to be chosen was gone. She chose, and that changed everything. Hector pulled her closer. Not possession, not control. Something stronger. Partnership. And under the quiet night, with no witnesses, no power plays, no fear, the Lycan King finally claimed her because she chose him.